Before you continue watching this story, check your phone. See if you have any notifications, any messages, any sign that someone else is still there. Because the man in this story did the same thing. And at first, everything looked normal. Until suddenly, every account went silent. No posts. No messages. No people. Except one. And the worst part? That account was watching him in real life. Ethan woke up like any other day. The soft glow of his phone lit up the dark room. 7:12 a.m. He blinked a few times, still half asleep, and reached for it. Notifications. Or at least, there should have been. But there weren't. No messages. No emails. No missed calls. Nothing. Ethan frowned. That's weird. He unlocked his phone. Opened his messaging app. Empty. No new chats. He scrolled through social media. No new posts. No updates. No activity. It was like everything had stopped. Okay, maybe the internet's down, he muttered. He checked his connection. Full signal. Wi-Fi working. Everything normal. But still. Nothing. He refreshed again. And again. Still empty. A strange feeling crept into his chest. Uneasy. Unnatural. Ethan stood up, walking to the window. Outside. The street looked normal. Cars parked. Buildings standing still. But something felt off. Too quiet. He grabbed his jacket and stepped outside. The air was cold. Still. No wind. No sound. He looked around. No people. Not a single person. Hello, he called out. His voice echoed slightly. But there was no response. Ethan's heart started to race. This isn't funny. He pulled out his phone again. Opened social media. Still nothing. Except one notification. A new account had followed him. No profile picture. No name. Just a blank icon. And a single post. Ethan tapped it. The screen loaded slowly. Then. Black background. White text. I can see you. Ethan froze. What the hell? He looked around instinctively. Empty street. No one there. His breathing quickened. He opened the profile. No followers. No history. Just that one message. Then suddenly, a new notification popped up. A message. From the same account. Ethan hesitated. Then tapped it. The message read. You're outside. His blood ran cold. Ethan slowly turned around. Because he realized something horrifying. There was no one there. But something knew exactly where he was. Ethan didn't move. The message on his screen still glowed faintly. You're outside. His hands trembled slightly. Slowly, very slowly. He lifted his head and looked around again. Empty street. No movement. No sound. Not even the distant hum of traffic. It was like the world had been muted. Ethan swallowed hard. This isn't real. He backed toward his house, eyes scanning every direction. Then. His phone vibrated again. A new message. Same account. He hesitated, then opened it. Why did you stop moving? Ethan's breath caught. His chest tightened. It wasn't just watching him. It was reacting. In real time. No. No, this is some kind of hack. He turned quickly, rushing back inside his house. Slamming the door behind him. Locking it. Then locking it again. He leaned against it, breathing heavily. Okay, think. His phone buzzed again. Another message. You're safer inside? Ethan stared at the words. Then slowly looked up. Scanning his living room. Every corner. Every shadow. Nothing. I'm alone, he whispered. But deep down, he didn't believe it. He walked toward the kitchen. Grabbed a knife. Not because he thought it would help. But because he needed something. Anything. To feel less helpless. His phone buzzed again. Ethan flinched this time. He didn't want to look. But he did. That won't help you. The knife slipped slightly in his grip. His hands were shaking now. Who are you? He typed. The reply came instantly. You already know. Ethan's mind raced. No. I don't. He walked slowly toward the hallway. Every step felt heavier. Like something was watching him from behind every wall. Every ceiling corner. Every shadow. Then. Another notification. But this time. It wasn't a message. It was a post. From the same account. Ethan opened it. And his entire body went cold. It was a photo. A picture of his living room. Taken from above. From the corner of the ceiling. Ethan slowly lifted his head. And looked at that exact spot. There was nothing there. No camera. No device. Nothing. But the angle was perfect. Impossible. This can't be real. He zoomed into the photo. And noticed something worse. In the picture. He was standing there. Holding the knife. Looking at his phone. Exactly like now. But behind him. Something was standing in the hallway. Tall. Dark. Featureless. Watching him. Ethan turned around instantly. The hallway was empty. Nothing there. His breathing became erratic. His heart pounding violently. Get out, he shouted. His voice echoed through the empty house. No answer. Only silence. Then. His phone vibrated again. He looked down slowly. Another message. You didn't turn around fast enough. Ethan's blood froze. What? Another message. It moved closer. Ethan slowly lifted his head. And realized something horrifying. The hallway behind him was no longer empty. Ethan couldn't breathe. The hallway wasn't the same. The darkness felt thicker. Heavier. Like it wasn't just absence of light. But something, alive. Standing there. Watching him. His grip tightened around the knife. Who's there? He whispered. No answer. But the silence itself felt like a response. His phone buzzed again. Ethan flinched violently. He looked down. Don't talk to it. His heart nearly stopped. Don't talk to, what? Another message appeared. It doesn't like that. Ethan's chest rose and fell rapidly. What is it? No reply. Just silence. For a few seconds. Everything was still. Then. A sound. From the hallway. A soft. Dragging noise. Like something moving slowly across the floor. Ethan stepped back. His entire body shaking. The knife in his hand felt useless. Pointless. The sound got closer. Slow. Deliberate. Then. It stopped. Right at the edge of the darkness. Ethan stared. Waiting. Praying it wouldn't come out. Then his phone buzzed again. He didn't want to look. But he did. It's behind you now. Ethan turned instantly. Nothing. Living room empty. Walls still. Silence. I'm losing my mind. His voice cracked. This isn't real. Then. Something worse happened. The lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then went out completely. Darkness swallowed the room. Ethan gasped. No, no, no. He turned on his phone flashlight. The beam cut through the dark. Shaking. Unstable. He scanned the room. Nothing. No one. Then he turned slowly toward the window. Outside. The world was still empty. But now. Something had changed. There were figures. Standing in the street. Dozens of them. Completely still. Not moving. Not breathing. Just standing. Facing his house. Ethan's voice trembled. What the hell? His phone buzzed again. He looked down. They're not people anymore. His chest tightened. What do you mean? No response. Then another message appeared. They're waiting. Ethan looked back outside. The figures hadn't moved. But somehow. They felt closer. Then. His phone vibrated again. A new notification. A video upload. From the same account. Ethan hesitated. His thumb hovering over the screen. Then he pressed play. The video started. Grainy. Dark. But recognizable. It was his house. From inside. From the hallway. The same hallway behind him. The camera slowly moved forward. Toward the living room. Toward him. Ethan's breath stopped. Because in the video. He was there. Standing. Holding the knife. Watching his phone. Exactly like now. But behind him. Something moved. A tall figure. Emerging from the darkness. Closer. Closer. And then. It stopped right behind him. In the video. Ethan felt something cold. Brush against the back of his neck. The video froze. And a final message appeared on the screen. Now you can feel it too. Ethan couldn't move. That cold sensation. Was still there. Right behind his neck. Breathing. Slow. Heavy. Not human. His entire body locked in place. His fingers tightened around the knife, but he couldn't turn. Couldn't react. Because deep down. He knew something. If he turned around. He would see it. And if he saw it. There would be no going back. His phone vibrated again. The light illuminated his shaking hands. A new message. Don't turn around. Tears started forming in Ethan's eyes. Why? He whispered. Another message appeared. Because it's learning you. His heart pounded violently. What does that mean? The reply came instantly. It needs to understand you, before it replaces you. Ethan's breathing became erratic. No, no, no. The cold breath behind him grew closer. He could feel it now. Right against his ear. A whisper. Low. Distorted. Almost like his own voice. Ethan. He froze completely. That's not me. The whisper came again. This time clearer. Perfect. Identical. Ethan, turn around. Ethan screamed and spun around. The knife swung wildly. But there was nothing there. Empty room. Still air. Silence. He stumbled backward, nearly falling. This is impossible. I felt it. His phone buzzed again. He looked down. You weren't supposed to turn. Ethan's chest tightened. What happens now? There was a pause. Longer than before. Then finally. Now it doesn't need to hide. The lights flickered back on. Dim. Unstable. Ethan looked around. Everything looked normal. Too normal. The hallway was empty. The shadows gone. The cold feeling disappeared. For a moment. Everything was quiet. Then. His phone vibrated again. Another upload. Another video. Ethan hesitated. But he already knew. He couldn't stop now. He pressed play. The video showed his bedroom. From earlier that morning. Ethan walking. Stretching. Checking his phone. Normal. Completely normal. Then the camera angle shifted. Behind him. Something was there. Standing in the corner. Watching him. Ethan's breathing stopped. That was here, all day. The video continued. The thing didn't move much. It just watched. Observed. Studied. Every movement. Every habit. Every detail. Then slowly. It began to copy him. Small movements at first. Tilting its head the same way. Moving its hands. Standing the same way. Until finally. It stepped forward. Closer to him. Matching him. Becoming him. The video ended. Ethan's hands dropped to his sides. No. His voice cracked. It's been here the whole time. His phone buzzed again. Final message. It's ready now. Ethan slowly looked up. And saw his reflection on the dark TV screen. But the reflection was smiling. And he wasn't. Ethan stared at his reflection. Frozen. Terrified. The face staring back at him looked exactly like him. But the smile was wrong. Too wide. Too still. Too aware. Ethan stepped back slowly. The reflection didn't. It stayed where it was. Still smiling. Still watching. His voice trembled. That's not me. The reflection tilted its head. Then. It spoke. Without moving its lips. You noticed. Ethan's entire body went cold. What are you? The reflection's smile widened. We watched. Ethan shook his head. No, no. We learned. The reflection lifted its hand. But Ethan didn't. We waited. Ethan stumbled backward. His breathing breaking apart. You're not real. The reflection leaned closer. Pressing against the surface. But we are now. The lights went out again. Darkness consumed everything. Ethan screamed. No. His phone dropped to the floor. The only light left. The screen glowing. Still recording. Still connected. Still online. Ethan crawled toward it. Desperate. Help me, he whispered. I'm still here. The phone vibrated. One last notification. From the same account. He looked at it. Hands shaking uncontrollably. A new post. Ethan opened it. It was a live stream. He pressed play. The video loaded. And his heart stopped. It showed him. Right now. On the floor. Crawling toward the phone. But behind him. The reflection version of himself. Was standing. Perfect. Calm. Watching. Then slowly. The other Ethan walked forward. And sat in front of the camera. Smiling. The real Ethan screamed. No. But no sound came out. His voice was gone. His body felt heavy. Slow. Like something was pulling him back. Dragging him. Into the darkness. Into the reflection. Into, somewhere else. Morning came. The world returned. People outside. Cars moving. Voices. Life. Everything normal. Except one thing. Ethan was still online. Posting. Active. Responding. Smiling. Living. But it wasn't him. That night. The account made one final post. A video. The caption read. "You're not the last person online." The video showed Ethan. Sitting calmly. Looking at the camera. Then slowly. He leaned closer. And whispered. "You're next. So tonight. When you check your phone. And everything seems normal. Just make sure of one thing. That the person using it. Is still you."